Friends. All right, so today we're just going to do a quick little video and talk about, we're talking about transformations in this module. And we're going to transform this triangle. If you look at this problem, I have it written right here, triangle XYZ is located at, and then I have already graphed this, and this is a calculator that I can show you how to use. You can use it online. It's called Desmos.com. I've already graphed it using a chart. So my first point X was -2 comma 3. So I did this right here. Y was -4, -1. Z is 0, 0. The only reason why you see this first point again is because I wanted to make all the lines connect as a triangle. So this is my initial triangle. Sometimes they're going to put the points on here for you, but sometimes they won't be on here. They'll just show you the triangle and you have to do it yourself. So we're going to transform it using this rule, x minus 1 and y plus 3. Now I want you to remember, another thing is that sometimes they won't give you the whole rule. They'll just give you the -1, +3 vector. And you just have to know what that means. It means take the x and subtract 1, take the y's and add 3. All right, so let's do that. And we're going to do it using another little table right here. So I'm going to look at this and I see that it says x minus 1. So that means for every x, I'm going to subtract 1. So for this first x, -2 minus 1 is -3. So I'm just going to put that in. And I'm going to do all my x's first. No, I'm not going to do my x's first. I changed my mind. So I've got -3. Now let's do the y so we can do that whole coordinate. So this is the first coordinate, the x coordinate. I subtracted from -2. Now my y coordinate is 3 and I have to add 3 to that. So 3 plus 3 is going to give me 6. And as you can see, it just showed up right here on our graph. All right, so now let's do the next one, -4. And what are we doing to our x's? We're subtracting 1, so that becomes -5. Then we have -1. What are we doing to that? We're going to add 3, so -1 plus 3 is 2. And you can see our point showed up right there. Our third coordinate is 0, 0, and we're transforming it, so 0 minus 1 is -1. And y plus 3, that would be 0 plus 3, is going to give us 3. Now in this calculator program, at the end, I always go back and put the first coordinate of the shape back in so that when I connect my dots, it will make a triangle. So I'm just going to hold this down and turn on the lines. And my blue triangle now is going to be my x prime, y prime, and z prime. So all I did was plug in the new coordinates using the rule, and I came up with a new triangle. If I want to label these, I can label them x prime, y prime, etc. I'm not sure if you can draw directly on this, but what we're going to do is take a screenshot of it. So this is a screenshot of our problem. And we're going to go to a whiteboard real quick. And these coordinates are slightly different, so let me change those. Get rid of those. Okay, so now we have on our whiteboard here, blackboard rather, because you know I like to use the blackboard. This is the same problem that we just did. And I'm going to insert our answer that we came up with. And y'all can get used to doing this also to turn in homework. I'm going to teach you how to use this calculator. That way you can just copy and paste the screenshots in here. And we're going to use our pen here to, let's see, what color do we want? Where's all my pretty colors? Gonna make it more fun if we use pretty colors, right? Let's use blueberry. So this is going to be my blue. I'm going to use blueberry for my prime. So remember, the first one was on x, y, and z were right here, right? So x was -2, comma 3. So now my new x is going to be x prime, which is going to be up here. So I can label this x prime. And then y prime would be right here. And z prime would be right here. Now if we want to label the initial ones, we have, let's use orchid. We're just going to have x, y, and z. And that's it. Okay, so this is how you're going to label it. We put our new points on. Now, if I go back to the calculator, remember this is the same problem. I'm just flipping back and forth to kind of show you a couple different ways. If we go back to this online calculator, if you want to know how to label it actually on the calculator, I can show you that real quick. You're going to have to just go to the next little open segment. In order to label something, you just have to put in 1 point. So if I put in my first point here, which is -2, comma 3, and then I say label it, it's going to just kidding, -2, comma 3. It's going to automatically label it with the numbers. But if I want to, I can label it with a letter instead. I can just change it to X. If I still want to put the -2, comma 3 in there because I like to have everything in there, I can do that also. So right now I'm just going to label them X, Y, and Z. So that one would be X. Then we're going to go on to our next little, I just click underneath it and it pulls up another one. So Y is -4, comma -1. So let's put that in. Some of this seems repetitive, but it makes it look really super, super neat. And Z, I just scrolled back up to my problem here, is 0, 0. And we're going to label it with a Z. Now, if you want to, these changed colors. If you want to keep them all the color, you just click and hold on this little dot on the side here, and we can change all the colors. So let's say we want to keep all of these purple to keep our triangle looking the same. We can do that, and then we can go back and do our new numbers and make those for our new chart that we made, and we can make those the primes. So the first one we changed it to was -3, comma 6. And we're going to label that as X prime. See how easy this is? Okay, and then our second new coordinate, we had -5, comma 2. That was our Y. And we're going to label that as Y prime. And I'm going to click and hold on here until the colors pop up and change it to blue just to keep our colors the same. Then I click down here and we're going to have our third coordinate, which was -1, comma 3. And we're going to label that Z prime. I'm going to click and hold and make it blue. Okay, so now I have a nice little diagram here, and you also have all your labels and everything on the left. So if they asked you on a multiple choice question just what a specific, sometimes on the EOC or on your test, they'll just say, it'll be a multiple choice and it'll give you the triangle, and then it'll say, using the rule, x minus 1, x plus 3, what would the coordinates of Z prime be? So then you have to figure out what Z prime is. You don't necessarily have to figure out the whole triangle, but you'd have to figure out what Z prime was. And all you're going to do is just subtract 1 and add 3 according to whatever rule they give you. And that's it. Super easy transformations. You're just following the rules and we're just sliding it around up or down wherever it says. For these, we don't flip it or do anything funky like that. And that's it. So I will see y'all later and we'll do another one shortly. Bye.